Hi, I'm Jose Anunciato, and you're watching the WebDev channel. All right, welcome back. Let's see, where are we? We're getting started on the second week. Looks like some of you have been able to complete the assignment, but quite a few of you have not. Remember, this first assignment, we know there's going to be a lot of pain getting the environment set up and then trying to build something on top of that. So this due date, as I mentioned, is a soft due date. Let's give it a couple more days to finish up. But I do need to present the new assignment. All right, so don't let assignment one prolong too much. Otherwise, it'll be two assignments, one on top of the other. Yes.
So with the soft due date, does that mean that we don't get points off or anything like?
Yes, this first one you won't get points off, right? But there'll be a limit, right? I can't let it go further more than maybe at the end of the week, perhaps, right? Okay.
So the deadline is end of this week?
We'll say Friday, right? It'll be a good due date, all right? But again, you need to get that going because assignment 2 is coming up. All right? Remember, it's a summer schedule. Everything's twice as fast. Typically, you would get a week to do this. 2 weeks to do this, right? Instead you're getting just half of the time. So, all right. So let's see. Yes.
So you also told us that you would change the extra credits because
Oh yes, I'll add I'll double that or whatever the current values are. All right, please quiet down. Any more questions? Hello? Hi. Yes.
How closely do we have to follow exactly what the work assignment said? Like, for example, there's one where it says you should map the editing of the users slash API slash user or slash profile.
Yep.
But I did I think for API slash user slash ID. Should I change that to exactly what we're asking for, or if it all works as expected?
Right now, slash profile would be fine, or slash user would be fine as well. A little later, we're gonna change that so that there'll be one for faculty and one for students. But we don't have a student yet. We're only gonna work on just one type of user for now. When we need to distinguish between the users, then we'll split off. Okay, but that won't be for another couple weeks.
So leaving it with slash users.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so this will be the first week of a 3-week stretch where we're going to be talking about React. Okay, and the first one is going to use the plain vanilla version of React. And we're going to use the state management that comes with React. We'll point out some of the challenges of using the plain vanilla state handling in components. And then next week we'll introduce an alternative, right, using Redux as a better approach of using state management. All right. Depending how we are, because some of you have suggested that it's perhaps a little too much. We'll see where we are at the end of Redux, whether we try out for React Native or we stay for just on the website. But again, remember the assignments build on each other, right? So the first one was targeting a particular type of user, which was a user admin user that can create users, remove users, update users, and whatnot. The admin application could go a little farther. As an admin, perhaps an admin should be able to do other things other than just managing users. Perhaps they should be able to manage content, right? Maybe make sure that it's not inappropriate or folks might be misbehaving and whatnot. So the user admin could have many other use cases. We're not going to tackle those. Perhaps we can add those as bonuses if you want to work on some of those features for a user admin. Instead, we're gonna focus for the next 3 weeks. We're gonna focus on the faculty, right, side of the application. Right, so faculty will be able to create a course, be able to create learning modules, add lessons, and add a whole bunch of different types of content, maybe some movies, some references to Google Docs or slides, things like that, right? So I'm going to focus these 3 weeks on working the use cases for faculty, right? It's all going to be based on the same backend that we already have so far, right? It's going to be a Java-based Spring Boot application using JPA to connect to a relational database implemented as a MySQL database. Yes. what we're going to be changing is the client. We're no longer going to be using jQuery. Right? jQuery is as low-level DOM manipulation as you want to get. On top of that, we're going to now add a layer of abstraction. On top of that, we're going to add a React. Okay, I'm going to spend there for a good 3 weeks. Halfway through the course, we're going to switch over, and we're going to focus on the student side of the application. Right, from the student's point of view, I want to be able to enroll in a course, look at the contents for that course, navigate through the learning modules, look at the lessons, view the videos, and maybe do an assignment, submit an assignment, and whatnot. So for another 3 weeks, we're going to spend to talk about implement the student side of the application, but using an entire different framework. Okay, for the client, we're going to be using Angular, right? Which is an even higher level of abstraction for the client side. Right? So jQuery, JavaScript down here. jQuery is a very thin layer on top of JavaScript. Then React is a higher level abstraction. And then you have Angular way up there. Right? So, but by the time we get to Angular, you already understood what a component is, the notion of these layers of abstraction, what those are, and React has such an easier learning curve, right, than Angular, right? So by the time we get to Angular, you'll understand what components are and whatnot. So it'll be a not such a steep learning curve when we get to Angular. You'll notice that there's a lot of things that are in common, but a lot of the things that we were implementing on our own on React, Angular actually has a framework for it, right? Has a design patterns for those things. Okay. So yes, we'll spend Angular we'll replace the back end. Instead of using Spring Boot Java, we'll replace it with Node.js as a server side. It's becoming very, very popular. Kind of JavaScript is taking over the world. JavaScript on the front end, JavaScript on the middle tier, JavaScript also on the database side, and we'll replace the database with MongoDB, right? And it will focus on the student side of the application. All right. Also today, we'll introduce the second assignment. So if you have access to the agenda, if you click on assignment 2, you'll get to see the assignment 2. And we'll introduce the project description milestone. Right? I want you to get started on your projects. Come up with just 3 ideas what you might want to do, just to get you thinking about that. Also setting up teams. I see that a lot of you have already joined teams. That's great. Thank you. And we'll also talk about the project requirements in general. Right? What's expected for the project requirement. All right. Excellent. Any questions? I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, like the video, and share it. Thanks.